Welcome back to Living Local. Domestic violence includes physical violence, sexual violence, threats, and emotional abuse. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Joining me in studio is Mahaylee Bennit. She is a local from Muscatine doing what she can to help with this issue. So first of all, Mahaylee, what got you involved in wanting to help?
So, being a victim myself, I also relate with other victims. And for me, it was an experience that I can help someone else go through things. You know, I didn't actually have the luxury of having a shelter to go to. You know, I had to drive 7 hours to come to my mom's house. So just being able to help out the community and be there for other people who have been through the same things that I've been through, that's kind of how I started this. So.
And there is a shelter in Muscatine.
Yes.
It's the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. What's the history behind that?
So it's not my super area of expertise here. I'm just a local doing. I've never been affiliated with it at all. However, I know that in 1997, a group of Muscatine community members came together and raised the funds to buy a home, renovate it, and fully staff it. And then about 5 years ago, the shelter was due to, state and federal funding, the shelter was going to close down. So the community of Muscatine came together again and raised the funds to keep the shelter open, in which at that point, they partnered with the MCSA Homeless Shelter. And so that's how they became the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. And I know that during that time, the United Way started to fund them. So now we do fundraising events, charity events, and United Way funds us, so we're able to stay open.
Mahaylee, what do you want our community to know about domestic violence? There are a lot of misconceptions around it, so let's clear the air. What do you want to educate people about?
So a lot of people think it can't happen to me. It happens in private only, but what we really need to talk about is that it can happen anytime, anywhere, to anybody. A lot of people think, let's just sweep it under the rug and not talk about it, but it really needs to be talked about because we really need to provide safety for those people.
And if someone is in a situation, what are some red flags that what they're going through is definitely not okay and needs to be dealt with?
Just emotional. It starts emotional abuse most of the time. Not letting you go somewhere. Where are you at all the time? Or then, a fight happens and they want to involve the children and then they, hit you or whatever. So these are just kind of some things, a lot of behavior issues or red flags there, so.
And Mahaylee, you have an event coming up called Love Shouldn't Hurt. I love the name of that.
Thank you.
What does that involve?
So Love Shouldn't Hurt is a night of music. It's being hosted at the Mississippi Brew, and that's downtown Muscatine, Iowa. It's from 5 to 7. It's an all-ages event. There's tons of musical artists coming. We've got a little bit of variety of music. The Brew is offering 20% of, drink and food sales going to the shelter. Entry is also by donation, so all those donations will go to the shelter as well.
Okay, what inspired you to start this event?
Because it's a nonprofit, they're really struggling, and especially around the holidays, they struggle even more. The shelter provides, women and children come to the shelter and they don't have food, they don't have clothing, they don't have, hair and makeup products to get ready in the morning to go to work, things like that. So the shelter provides all those things along with toiletries and, a safe place to sleep. So around the holidays, that becomes really hard, and the domestic shelter is always asking for extra donations, and hey, we need laundry detergent. So that's kind of what inspired me to do this, so that I can raise those funds to get those things.
And remind us when and where is the event?
It's Tuesday, February 12th from 5 to 10 p.m. and it's at the Muscatine, it's in Muscatine at the Mississippi Brew.
And how can people get involved? Maybe, obviously, going to the event is one way.
Right,
absolutely. Are there other ways that people can get involved in this effort?
So we actually have these shirts that I'm wearing, if you can see it. It says Love Shouldn't Hurt on it. I had a local artist here in the Quad Cities create this design for me. God bless her soul. So if you're interested in helping, 10% of the proceeds from all T-shirt sales are going to go to the shelter. If you go on the event page, there's a link there. You can click on that link and it'll take you right to the shirt here.
There, you can see it. I love the artwork on that. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Mahaylee, obviously you are using a painful experience that you went through for good as you're trying to boost awareness about this problem. In addition to that, what helped you get out of that situation?
Fight or flight instinct, honestly. I recognized the situation, I had to get out of it, but also I just, contacting counselors and mental health advocates, things like that, they've really helped me get through it.
There are resources available,
Yes.
and it's important for people to know that there is help.
Yes, so the shelter actually provides that help as well, and they also provide job assistance, housing assistance, so that victims don't have to leave their communities. We really want victims to know that our community cares and that we're going to do everything we can to keep them in their community, keep them happy, keep them safe. They don't have to leave their jobs. They don't have to leave, their families, their friends, their church, nothing like that. So that's kind of our goal.
Mahaylee, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. For more information on this event, you can contact Mahaylee at 309-507-1484. You can also go to our website, ourquadcities.com. We'll have her number on there as well. More Living Local is next.